What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Alex here with Lincoln.
How are we doing, folks?
Welcome on in. Thank you all so much for joining us. We've got Ryan on John to Saga against Matt on Croodscale combo. This is going to be a pretty sweet one. Before we get started, though, I must remind you, make sure to hit up impactgamingcenter.gg for all of your Magic the Gathering needs. And, of course, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell icon, do all the bells and whistles, share the videos, tell people we exist. And, yeah. But, yeah, okay, John Saga. Ryan's been playing this for a long time. Matt kind of bounces around decks pretty much every week.
Yeah, Ryan's been playing a little bit of either Jund or Domain Zoo. Matt has been playing all kinds of things, but Matt is such a good player. He always seems like a pro on whatever he's on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So we have, there is one combo piece down. There's the Blade of the Blood Chief. And I will get that up on
Yeah.
as fast as I can.
There's piece 2 with Glaring Fleshraker. So he's got the blade, he's got the payoff. He just needs to see a Brute Scale now. Also, River of Tears, shout out to you already showing up right on time. We always appreciate you.
Bam. There is the Blade of the Blood Chief. And, of course, it would be slightly...
There we go. Fatal push that Fleshraker over. Yep, deal with one of those pieces of the combo. You got to do it.
There we go. But yeah, we do have the the tablet on the table today. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get it working, so we're going to just do with what we got. All right, what's up, River and Jesse? How y'all doing tonight? Mine has been a first-round feature the last 4 weeks. That's fair.
What can I say? Camera just loves Ryan. So this game is, these combo decks are always really scary because you just never really know when the game will just pack up and end.
Yeah, right.
And while it looks really boring, Matt has a Kozilek's Command in his hand, which is another payoff combo piece. If he makes infinite mana with a Broodscale and that blade, he can suddenly Kozilek's for infinity, find an Emrakul, whatever other payoff, and put it on top, scry it to the top, draw it, and immediately cast it and win the game. So it's this very interesting position that Ryan's in that, while it doesn't look like Matt has a lot going on, the game could just suddenly end.
And we do have a standard store championships tomorrow at 10 a.m. Not sure we're going to be, I'll get confirmation whether we're going to be streaming or not. But potentially be on the lookout for that. Or if you're in the St. Louis area, come on out. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, how are we doing? I tell you what, Alex, I'm doing great. How are you doing, Alex?
It's been busy. There's been a new Pokemon set released today, but overall, good vibes. So no complaints from me.
Fantastic. And yeah, absolutely. You play cool, fun decks. People want to see you play. I know I am I'm very guilty. After Modern Season starts, I play just one deck that I really like and never anything else.
Yep. The model of consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I better, speaking of. Boom.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, get us that shout out.
There we go. We've done it.
So this is a really interesting position that Ryan's in. If I understood correctly, he mulled to 5, which is just always really awkward. And now he is just trying to find a way to put some pressure on the table, but Matt has found the alternate win con of every deck that plays Urza Saga, which is make a bunch of constructs.
Bash face.
Now, I could be completely out of touch with the statement I'm about to make, but I am getting on the bandwagon that Urza Saga should be the next card to be banned. I think it is an alternate win con in every single deck that it is in, and it really takes away a lot of the... I love the toolbox format that it gives by being able to tutor out any 1 or 2 drops, but man, those constructs are just backbreaking. They're just so problematic to deal with.
Why do you hate Lantern Control so much?
Yeah, and that's really the part that I struggle with, right? They just unbanned my Mox Opal for Lantern Control, and they're going to take away... And, they'd ban my Urza Saga. But that's kind of the thing with these bans is they often hit decks that don't need it. I'll remind you back when Violent Outburst got banned because of the ability to instant speed Cascade, which was a huge problem for the Domain Rhinos deck at the time.
Oh yeah.
And the barely tier 1 Living End uh, got caught in the crossfire with that. And we saw the same exact thing happen when Grief got banned. So many decks abused Grief, but not good old Living End. Living End was the only one that played it fairly. And it's just what happens when you ban cards.
Oh yeah. Here is the old fable of the Mirror Breaker. Good old Kiki Jiki. And right back to Matt.
Tempered Conflagrant, I see what you're saying. Flage can be a big issue. It does kind of automatically just redefine every game that it's in, especially if you're a control player like myself. You kind of have to spend every play thinking about, can they escape Flage now? Do I have an answer to Flage? And it just kind of keeps coming back. But I do think Flage is uniquely able to be answered. That's a really nice, being a creature that can still be hit by a Fatal Push or something like that helps. But man, Flage is a problem. I won't disagree with you there.
Either they're not talking very loudly or we're just not getting audio from them.
Matt and Ryan are both very soft-spoken people. They may just not be picking them up.
That's true. A list where Flage is the only win con and the other 56 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Do what you gotta do, right?
What's your definition of miserable? All right, so kill a thing, scry.
And Matt's just in a really comfortable spot here as a result of that mold of 5 that Ryan had to take. Matt's kind of playing a bit of a slow line. He's not really finding his combo, but it doesn't really matter. He's just playing Constructs, getting lots of value off his Sagas. He notably found another Saga, which Urza's Saga just gets better the more of them you have.
I will choose to discard 2, draw 2.
There we go.
Matt was playing a new deck for the format there for a second.
Croodscale, like Prosperous Innkeeper, just like.
Mm-hmm. Exactly right. Man, yeah, Ryan is looking for something, but Shadow Spear is just not really going to do what he wants. He's holding back another Goyf. He's got a Spell Bomb, a Haywire Might. All good cards.
Thank you.
We are getting schooled by the chat today.
Yeah, I know. That's.
I'll spell them. Sure.
Alex is going to go to work taking care of that. Thank you for the heads up. In the meantime, Ryan is fighting for his life to survive the just constant combat from these Constructs. And really matters are only going to get worse for Ryan as he's about to untap with another Saga. So I'm curious what Ryan's win condition is here, what his plan is. If I were Ryan personally, I would have deployed that Haywire Might and tried to get rid of the Urza Saga by just instantly sacking it to blow it up. Just so we couldn't keep making more Constructs. Haywire Might does specifically state non-creature, so it can't really be used to deal with the Constructs that are already there, but it could stop him from making a whole bunch more Constructs, which I guarantee you is what Matt wants to do. Because at this point, Matt's kind of committed to the game plan, right? He's going to always hold up 2-man on the end steps. He's going to be doing the thing. So it's just a really precarious spot for Ryan to be in. But he did not opt to do that. He went for the Nile Spellbomb play instead.
All right. Crisis averted. Thanks for that heads up there. They streamed our most recent Lorcana tournament and then deleted the doc that is tied to. So I did not check it when we went before we went live. because it wasn't there.
Yep, that is one good reason not to check something, right? Ryan down to 3, making some structs of his own, but I think it's too little too late. We'll just have to see. But as stated, he's got an additional Saga, or an additional construct off the Saga. I think that was a fatal push that Ryan just found. Now he's got a lot of Sagas he's going to trigger on his main phase. He's going to flip to that Kiki-Jiki Mirror Breaker, or Reflection of Kiki-Jiki rather. He's going to find out if he wants to make a construct or float a mana. He's going to make the struct, get another blocker out there, and then he's going to hold up that fatal push and see if he can't just battle his way through these constructs. But Matt really just playing the card advantage game in a really interesting way. He's just pressuring Ryan from all angles, because now he's got the Walking Ballista down. And with only 3 life, it's 2 turns away from just shooting and killing him. So that's a really big problem. So Ryan is just facing issue after issue. His real best bet here is to get that Shadow Spear down and start gaining life ASAP. Otherwise, that Walking Ballista's just got him in lethal.
Yeah, Ballista. Well,
It does cost 4 to add a new +1/+1 counter to it, so it will take him in 2 turns.
I was gonna say Haywire Mike could take care of the Ballista too.
It specifically says non-creature, artifact, or
Oh,
enchantment. Yeah.
never mind.
Which is what I was saying earlier, right? That I think you should have taken care of that Saga so that it could stop it from making another struct.
Fair.
But hold on, let me count for a second. I got to get my math eyeballs on. There's a lot of artifacts on the table. Whose structs are bigger? I've got 5/5 for Ryan
Yep.
and 5/5 for Matt.
Big boys.
What an interesting spot to be. Now, keep in mind that as soon as it goes to Matt's turn, he's going to make another construct and get to tutor off of his existing Saga. That's going to grow his dudes by 2. Ryan has the ability to Springleaf Drumcast his Shadow Spear, grow that by 1. I mean, this is modern at its finest, Alex. There's just anything and everything are options right now. Oh, non-creature. Yep, Matt's going to give him that reminder text. Yep, been there.
All right, next best thing.
Gain some life. That's what we need to do. I still would have gone for the Saga there, but I can also see the concern that, I mean, if Matt top decked a Croodscale there, the game just ends. You know what I mean? He just goes infinite. And I say that. I don't think Matt has a payoff right now.
Can't quite see. Unfortunately, like the blue side has always been a little darker. It's in a bit of a shadow,
Mm-hmm.
so it's hard to see what's in their hand. So I can't really see what's in Matt's
Yeah.
hand.
Matt's going to opt to float a mana. That's the most interesting choice he could have made. He must have something in mind, because from where I'm sitting, I want to make those, make as many constructs as I possibly can. I mean, that looks like both players have turned this into Urza Saga Tribal and are playing with that. So I'd like to say, this is my poster child for let's ban Urza Saga, right? Let's bring back other cards that matter.
Matt probably has a plan, I would imagine.
He's gone and replaced that Blade of the Blood Chief. Keeping that Walking Ballista around is in his best interest. Now, because the Haywire Might is gone, Ryan's structs are back to being 4/4s, so now Matt has the bigger structs at 5/5. 6/6 with another ballista. And again, these ballistas are really scary, because these, right now, they only shoot for 1, but Ryan's only got 5 life. That's really scary. And another ballista. Okay.
Wow.
Matt had a plan. You were right. It said a lot of ballistas. I want.
So had Ryan not
Mhm.
had that Haywire Might, he would have just had game there.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Would have just.
At 2 life, all the difference here.
Yeah. It's one of the great things about Modern, right? All the little plays that you make, they matter so much. I'm seeing some crazy comments here. I want Urza Saga gone as long as they don't touch Kozilek's command. What a wild thing to say, but blown out of the water by this follow-up, a typo, which I can only imagine autocorrects to bring back the One Ring,
Yeah.
which, River of Tears, that's nuts. You're a crazy guy.
Yeah, no, Modern was not okay with that card. And that card was sweet. Like, blue-white control was good.
there were a lot of things that the One Ring did to the format, and I would agree that not all of them were bad. But the worst thing that it did was define the entire format. And I think that's kind of the poster child of any.
If it warps a format
Right.
around itself.
Yeah. You've got to do something about it. So I'm sorry, we took our eyes off the game there for a second. Matt does take it home, as one will with Urza Saga Tribal.
Jesse said, gross. I skipped the entire period of One Ring legality.
Hey, you're not missing much.
Yeah,
not
man.
missing much, man. Imagine having to keep all your Force of Negations into the aggro decks because they also play the One Ring.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where you're main boarding Artifact Hate, but not just any Artifact Hate. It has to be Exile Artifact Hate.
Counterpoint, Just Guy Control was one of the best decks.
And you know what? I love that for a control deck. I really did. Counterpoint, there was only one deck that didn't play it, and it was my favorite deck, Dimir Frog. In fact, that's why I started playing the deck, because I didn't want to be buying 4 copies of the One Ring. And then you know what I did? I bought 4 copies of One Ring. And you know what Wizards did? They banned it. Oh my goodness. It's still one of the biggest.
That's a blowout.
It really is. It really is. And you know, I was laughing at everybody for buying it at $40 a pop. It's one of these dum-dums, right? It's gonna get banned. Why would you ever drop $40 a pop on it? That's crazy. Then they didn't ban it. And I was like, wow, I'm the idiot. So I bought 4 at $80 a pop.
80.
Yeah. Anyway, I got molly-whopped immediately after that. So tough experience.
You can build 4 commander decks now.
Yeah. No, I sold them back to Impact, actually. Shout out to Impact for taking them off my hands. They did make me wait for a while. You know, Impact needed to figure out exactly what the format was going to do, as everyone was. No one knew what the price of One Ring was going to do, but turns out it's such an impressive card. It matters in every format, so the price didn't really change too much.
All right, let's take a look around the city here. Turn that song off. Yeah. Is this going to let me... It works.
Beautiful. Look at those.
Looks like we're
Warhammer.
empty.
It does, yeah. Look at those empty Warhammer tables, and then everybody hiding behind that pillar.
Yeah, everybody always is on the other side. We've got some
Commander players going over here.
But yeah, I mean, not a full house tonight, but
And sure enough, yep, your other half of the room by that pillar. That's a tough break.
yeah. But got 30 minutes left. Modern still happening. Baltimore Ravens. I don't know. Not a big football guy. Ever since the Rams left, I really don't care about the
You know,
NFL.
I was never a big Rams fan, but I was still very disappointed that they bailed. That's so sad for us.
Yeah.
I'm not a big baseball fan, but I am a diehard Cardinals fan.
That checks.
Yeah.
That tracks.
How could I not be?
All right. Looks like Ryan's ready. Let's kick it back down to the battlefield. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, do all the fun things, let people know we exist, and of course, hit up impactgamingcenter.gg. We've got a ton of singles in stock all the time.
Absolutely. And while we're on the subject of singles, Matt's deck here, Croodscale combo, is not really a breakout deck because it's been around for a while, but it is gaining a lot of traction as people are starting to realize just how good it is, how quickly it can combo, how unstoppable it is, how effective Cavern of Souls is in the deck that helps it deal with control. It's a really good deck. And it is starting to climb in popularity. It actually just made it into the tier 1 of Modern format just last week. It took Frog's place. Much sadness. But all of that to say, if you're looking for singles, start looking around to build this Croodscale deck. I mean, if you want something to take to an RC or an RCQ in your area, if you want to do something with Croodscale's a deck to really think about. That's a deck you can get good with. And honestly, the only card that it plays that would be a big impact to it that's in danger of getting banned is Urza Saga. And when I say in danger of getting banned, I think it's like me and 3 other people with tinfoil hats who want it banned, so I don't really know that calling it in danger is fair. I need to see Impact stock up on Blade of the Blood Chief so I can come buy them and play this deck. You know what, Jesse? Bet. I can get 4 copies of Blade of the Blood Chief in stock here at Impact by next week. I'll sell you 4.
There's Croodscale.
Yep, there's a part of the combo. A Dismember already been deployed to deal with an early Goyf. And you know what? Tarmogoyf, what a card. Love it. It makes me so happy every time I see it.
2025 still isn't gone.
Yep. So I'm gonna complain for a second. Look at all these Urza Sagas. We're playing Urza Saga Tribal again. What? Change that from Jund Saga to just Saga Saga. That's what they're about. But Matt looks like he's interested in playing a slightly different angle this time. I say that. He was very interested in the combo angle last game, but he's looking at his hand and he's seeing this brood scale, these writhing chrysalises. If I'm in Matt's seat, he's one Blade of the Blood Chief away from winning this game on the spot.
There's a construct.
It's begun. It has begun. He's going to do it again. He doesn't even care what he draws. Yep, look at that. He just does it. Make a construct. Now, one of the really great things about Urza Saga that just makes it so oppressive is that it's kind of a 3-for-1. He played it as a land, cost him nothing to play, made 2 creatures, and is now tutoring an artifact. Holy cow. I mean, that's a
The
card.
value.
That is a card.
I mean, it's free real estate.
It is. It is. And look at what he's gone to fetch with it. A Springleaf Drum. He's got another mana to play with yet this turn.
Seems like cheating.
It does. It does. Well, once they ban it, it sure will be. But this is really important for Ryan here. Just to quit with my antics for a second. He's holding a Fatal Push, and that Springleaf Drum just re-enabled that. He's also holding a Pick Your Poison that can hit artifacts or creatures with flying or enchantments, I believe.
Remember when that was a 4 of because of the One Ring?
I sure do.
Like every green deck played at least 4 of them in some form or fashion.
Because it makes you sacrifice, and that gets around indestructible. Yep. Talk about format warping, you know? But yeah, that's so this is really an important heads-up play from Ryan to go grab that Springleaf Drum and just turn that Fatal Push online. His structs are now 3/3s and are going to start coming in.
So Matt's going to drop to 13 and going to get to play his turn.
Yep. Just a reminder to the crew, Matt is 1 Blade of the Blood Chief away from just winning this game on the spot.
It's literally free real estate. It's a land. No, I mean, that was on purpose. But
yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, don't let Alex not take credit for his intentional puns. He worked hard on them. So I think we're going to see a Writhing Chrysalis come down here. That's got to be the play from Matt. Make his board wide, shore up against these structs for a little bit, throw those Eldrazi spawns in front of him. His Glaring Flash Raker is going to keep making more spawns. I mean, really, he can... If Ryan doesn't deploy a Fatal Push soon on a Flash Raker or a Brood Scale, he's in a really bad spot. The problem for Ryan is that he wants to Fatal Push the Flash Raker, because that's going to make it impossible for his structs to come through and win the game, that they're going to make so many spawns and they're just going to keep blocking. But the big problem is he can't really do that, because if he pushes the Flesh Raker and Matt puts down a Blade of the Blood Chief, the game just ends.
Block. Yeah, we've got a Baseju in hand here for Matt, so.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
I think he's gonna...
Oh, he's got a way better card.
Okay, trigger Flesh Raker. So that's a really good play from Matt. He's going to deal with 1 struct, which is going to make it trade with the Brood Scale. And maybe Matt has decided he is not in... Ooh, Photo Mana for the push. Push it back. Yeah, push the Brood Scale. Okay. Interesting choice. He did that to save a Construct, but I think that makes sense because he's got that second Urza Saga on the table. He is kind of playing Saga Tribal.
Why are we talking about Titan? We're not getting on the hate Titan bandwagon again.
Yep. If you need that, check out our videos from the last RCQ where Jake
went on a diatribe about... Yeah, we're not getting into that again. Somebody on one of our recent videos was like, why have commentary if you're just going to complain the entire time? And I agree. That was a little excessive. And there we go.
Beseiju the Saga.
Get
Yep.
out of here.
Don't let him have it. That's a good play. He's going to get to go get a land with a basic land type. So we can see a surveil land get grabbed here, I believe. I believe that's one of the interactions that you have with Beseiju.
Yeah, you can do that. That is a legal Magic the Gathering play.
It is. I think that's exactly what Ryan's looking for. Where is my surveil land? Is it in my hand? That's what's going through his head right now. Oh, is it in my graveyard? Where is my surveil land?
It's in the sideboard.
No, they're both on the field. He's got Underground Mort and Raucous Theater are both out there. There we go.
Bow, 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 bow.
Double back.
Bow. There's a sweet new Broodscale that plays Sephiroth.
I have seen that.
Sephiroth.
I've seen that.
That is cool.
That
card's very annoying.
It is, and I hate to be
Here,
that
I just
guy.
said not to complain, but
I hate to be
cool.
that guy. I wouldn't recommend putting Sephiroth in because it is just kind of another win con that just requires you jump through another hoop or two.
well, but
Yeah.
yeah, right. Oh, wow.
Hey, that's exactly right, Jesse. I didn't mean to do that to you. I'm sorry.
Down to 10.
Let's see what Ryan's planning. He's got a whole bunch of cards in his hand that are Jund things, that do Jund things, not Saga things, but Jund things. Of course, if Ryan feels so inclined, he can always deploy that Renin 6 and start picking up that Urza Saga and just never quit doing Saga things. Am I hallucinating? Where did I see a
That's
Renin
Saga
6?
right there.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He does not have a Renin 6 in hand. Ignore me, folks.
Top this.
He's doing Saga things even without Urza Saga. There's a Tarmogoyf. Holy jumping.
Best card ever. What a beautiful card.
Best blue creature of all time. Some have said. I know. I mean, Martyr Proc. Who doesn't love playing against Martyr Proc? I don't mind Martyr Proc because I always play control decks and, like,
Yeah.
I don't care if you have infinity life.
Yeah, like I'm gonna win anyway, you know. What are you doing with all that HP?
Right?
Matt here, making so many. This is kind of what I was talking about earlier. That's a big problem for Ryan. Matt is making so many spawns, and he can throw those spawns in the way of the Goyfs and the Structs that don't have Trample or anything like that. And Besejuing the Saga when Matt did is a really big play because Ryan needed to go get a Shadow Spear to go through these spawns.
Uh-oh.
Now, here's the Blade of the Blood Chief. Blade of the Blood Chief plus Glaring Flesh Raker. Hear me out. It's not an infinite combo, but it still hurts. It does not feel good. You put the blade on the Writhing Chrysalis, you start sacking spawns. The Writhing Chrysalis gets a +1/+1 counter whenever you sack a spawn, and then it gets another one from the Blood Chief trigger. Oh wow, Ryan just top decked a Shadow Spear. I don't know how much that's going to matter, but
What a dude.
that was the card he wanted to go find off the Saga. It might be too little too late, but he has a tiny window here where the Blade of the Blood Chief is not attached to the Chrysalis. Matt had the opportunity to sack a spawn to attach it to the Chrysalis last turn, but he did not. So this does mean that the Chrysalis can get up to a, let's see, 2/3, so 6/7. Man, that might still just be too big.
Oof. And there's the pick your poison.
Okay, I like it.
There's the Shadow Spear.
So yeah, I'm looking at the board. This Goyf is big, real big, but the Writhing Chrysalis is going to be bigger in no time. He's gonna sack those spawns, make it huge, and then any colorless spell he casts, his Flesh Raker will make more of them, and he will just make it even bigger. But Ryan might just be able to go wide here, right? If Matt takes a big hit, yeah, he says go to 2. Wow, he takes a big hit from the Goyf.
Yeah, that's huge.
And
Huge swing.
The other really important thing here is Matt can grow the Chrysalis, but he can only combat trick by sacking those spawns after declaring blocks one time before Ryan's able to go wide. So let's see what Matt's planning. Malevolent Rumble. That's a really great way to go find some cards.
Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah, that card is
Oh, another Flesh Raker. Oh, I hate to see it.
yeah, Matt's gonna go
He's going to go into the tank is where he's going.
take a dip into the tank. Just imagine like Vegeta in like the tank just powering up.
That's exactly what's happening. I can confirm that's what us Magic players do when we think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the right choice. I would also pick up the Flesh Raker here. It does just put Matt in a really awkward spot. Because as stated, he can only combat Trick once. Until those spawns are just gone. But if he's got 2 Flesh Rakers out, he'll start making so many spawns, and that Chrysalis will become such a problem. And the thing about the Goyf is, it's about as big as it's going to get. I mean, about all the types are there. They're missing, what, Planeswalker?
Planeswalker, I think.
But otherwise...
Tribal.
Yeah, you're right. And if Ryan could find a Tarfire and deal with the Chrysalis the good old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
But it's just a really weird spot for both Ryan and Matt to be in. Emrakul. That. Yep. I think Matt might have found it, guys.
Uh-oh.
He cast
old
an Emrakul.
Promising the end. Let's see. Does he deliver on the promise?
So this is really awkward because it's going to put Ryan in a horrible spot because Matt's about to take Ryan's turn for him. He's obviously going to just throw that. Yeah, just get the push out of your hand. Yep,
yeah.
don't let him push one of your own things. But he's just going to throw the Goyf into the Emrakul. Matt could even go equipping the Shadow Spear to Emrakul. This is just a really bad spot for Ryan to be in.
Can you... Do you have to flip the...
You do. Yeah,
do?
you do. It's a triggered ability upon it hitting that number of chapters. Yeah, GG's. I think that's about right. I think the only possible way out of this is if... So here's Matt's line, right? He wants to equip the Shadow Spear to his own Emrakul to gain a bunch of life. And he doesn't see the line. So his move... I could be wrong, but I want to say you equip the Shadow Spear to the Emrakul, swing the Goyf in, block with the Emrakul.
Gain 13?
Yeah, gain a ton of life. Because right now Ryan has one singular out.
13.
That's a lie. Ryan, I lied again.
Oh my gosh, quit lying.
So here's what I was thinking, right? Matt's at 2 life, which means the Tarfire off the top is GG. Just ends it. If Matt doesn't put Shadow Spear on his Emrakul to gain a bunch of life. My other thought was 2 Ren and 6s. He's got 1 in hand. If he top decks another, minus them both.
Pew,
minus
pew,
minus.
yeah.
But he can't. Ryan's only got 1 red source. So that's why that Ren and 6 play doesn't work. So it's Tarfire or bust for Ryan here. Can you do me a huge favor? Can you bring up Emrakul on Scryfall? I just want to double check that I'm not wrong about this Shadow Spear line. Because I do believe you can equip any creature, whether it's yours or not, but that might be what I'm wrong about. But I also know Emrakul has a lot of lines of things it's protected from.
Yeah.
But none of those are artifacts. Yeah, so Cow Panda, I do believe you can equip on opponent's creatures. It's a mechanic that's very rarely explored. You cannot under normal circumstances. Oh man, I might be totally wrong. That would be embarrassing.
You can't?
I want to get up equip as a keyword here. I could be wrong, but I was going to say I'd bet money. Magnetic theft is important for a reason. Other effects can cause them to become equipped. Yeah, I might just be wrong. I want to say there was there were a few cards that explored you cannot equip to a creature an opponent controls. Yep, sure enough, chat. I was wrong. Shame me in the comments. I fully deserve it. I can't believe I've done this. There was not a line there, and that is on me. Now,
Does Kiki-Jiki, or the flip, whatever,
Mhm.
reflections of Kiki-Jiki, can you copy your opponent's thing?
you cannot.
Okay.
You cannot.
Because that would have been pretty sick.
You can find that interaction with one of our older RCQs, Orzhov Blink and Boros Energy. On a Thought Seas, that doesn't do it. They'll pack it up. That's
All right,
good
Matt's-
2-0 for Matt.
Yeah, Matt. I mean, that was a heck of a game, too, there, but Matt going to hold on and going to pick up the W.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all so much for watching this round. We will be back with round number 2 momentarily. I do have a new past video. Well, new to you, but it is a past video. So don't go anywhere if you're watching live on Twitch. Make sure to follow if you're watching on Twitch. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Hit up impactgamingcenter.gg. And of course, follow us on all of our social medias. And go buy a ton of cards from us. But we appreciate you. For Lincoln, I'm Alex. We'll see you next round or in the next video.
Absolutely. Don't go anywhere.
Adios.
What's up, everyone? Jake and Eric in the booth tonight with round number 2 of our 4 rounds of Modern here at Impact Gaming Center. We got a